Hey, there's the music. That means it's time for Animal Talk. Some of the best doggone pet people on the planet helping you with your pet, one pooch at a time. It's America's Pet Show, Animal Talk. Thanks for being with us. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all those podcast things in all the podcast places. We truly appreciate you coming around. AnimalTalkRadio.com is the website, and of course WearingFunny.com if you're looking for some gear, some pet parent gear, some funny t-shirts. They're all there. They're available for you. Appreciate our sponsor, WearingFunny.com. Great place. Go check them out. And for your pet help and information, you're in the right spot. We're going to help you out. We have years and years of animal calls and emails and interviews, and we're sharing them all with you on these Animal Talk Rewinds. Now, Animal Talk, it is for entertainment purposes only, so make sure you check with your local veterinarian, your local trainer, if you have any issues coming up, and we're here to help. Our professionals always got great ideas, too, so here we go, having a little bit of fun. It's Animal Talk.
Helping you with your pets, brilliant geniuses like the one sitting across from me.
I'm Dr. Brad Davis, here to answer any veterinary questions that you might have.
Of course, the brightest of the bunch.
I'm Donna Fournier, and I'm here to answer any training questions.
My name's Jamie. I'm just making sure everybody has a good time.
He is the George Patton of radio.
That is Animal Talk. You go to our website, animaltalkradio.com, and there's the link to the webcams up and running on the Ustream. And we got the Twitter, and you can tweet us your questions. You can email us your questions. You can send carrier pigeons.
Telepathically. Send them telepathically.
Yes, absolutely.
And we'll reply the same way.
The Facebook, the MySpace, they're all out there. AnimalTalkRadio.com is your one-stop shop for all your digital needs. You can also, you might be listening to a rebroadcast on U.S. Web Talk Radio. They replay this as well. Have some fun with your pets. I mean, really, that's why we have pets, right, Donna? Why do you have pets?
Oh, companionship, somebody to go hiking with.
For fun. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, Brad, you had some fun today.
When? Oh, you mean the thing at the park? Yeah, that was great.
That was wonderfully fun.
We had our annual costume walk. We have yet to come up. It's the second year we've done it.
Yes,
we still don't have a great name for it. There's just no good name for it. But we have trick or treating for the dogs. They put on costumes, and we had some very interesting entries.
Pets add to our lives, and sometimes what they add is stress. And if they're adding stress to your, and they shouldn't, and we want to rectify that. So if you have a pet that's adding some stress to your life, let us help you out. And Paula's over in the other room, our goddess of all things digital, and she's got a tweet out there, a Twitter and a Facebook poll, a MySpace poll going, and it is what is your pet peeve about your pet? So what is your pet peeve about your pet? And you give us a call, let us know what that is, and then we'll help you fix the situation if at all humanly possible. And our Mother Nature's second cousin over here, Donna, will commune with the animals and get it straightened out for you. Do we have an email over there that we want to help out with?
We sure do. Dear Animal Talk.
All right, you've got mail.
I have bought a new fish.
Okay.
It's a goldfish, and I need to name it. I need a suggestion. The signed Rhonda.
Donna, what would you call a goldfish?
Well, I don't know. I do have fish currently.
Yes, you do.
I have cichlids, actually.
Okay. I hope they get better.
Yeah. It's a type of fish. 4 parrotfish and 1 Jack Dempsey. They're all named after Greek gods. So.
Okay. All right. Perhaps you don't have to name your fish after Greek gods. That's crafty, though.
Well, I wanted something a little different, and,
Sure.
and actually it all started with the one. When I started out, the 2, I had 2 parrotfish, and they acted much like Jaws, which is how I got them. They were picking on one of my coworkers' other fish, so handed them on over to me. And originally they were named Donna.
Okay.
Jaws. But then I got another parrotfish, and she always hid, and she was also dark, so I named her Persephone, and then I just ended up going along with that theme and named them after all gods. So.
So we're suggesting for fish.
Yes.
God names.
I'm sticking with that. I defer to Donna.
I tend to be, I have a dog named Frog, so I tend to be a little unusual. I had a cat named Minnesota,
right?
Which I called Small Popper. soda. I have a lot of more creative names. I had another cat named Harley Quinn, Happy Noodle Boy. So I tend to be a little unusual with the pet names. So yeah, fish named after gods. Why not?
Goldie's a good choice too. No one's ever done that. So if you want to go fishing,
please just not Bella.
There you go,
Bella.
So we like to have a little fun along the way. Today, the fun includes Elmo. He's a red monster. They call him a monster. We were debating whether or not Elmo's actually a monster. I said he's the devil because he's red. But I'm sure children love him. The beloved Elmo. So we're giving away Elmo's Animal Adventure. And we have Kathy on the line. Kathy, welcome to Animal Talk.
Hello.
Kathy, what kind of pets do you have, or if any?
Well, I got a dog and a cat. Cat was here first, and the dog is, she's a rescue dog. We got her when she was about 9 years old, and that's the call about the cat. Is just here.
Yeah, they're
Candy and Cookie.
Yeah, they're getting along.
They get along fine. The dog sometimes eats the cat's food. They haven't worked that one out yet.
Right.
They go to opposite corners and stay there. There's no trouble at all.
All right. So, Kathy, did you have an issue with the pets that you needed any help with?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Candy's the dog. She's a toy rat terrier. She's got a lot of baggage. I don't know what they did to her before we got her, but she is a wreck. We've had her for now like 3 years, and she's real protective of my friend Dwayne, and she won't let me get anywhere near him. If he's in the car and she's in the car, there's a lot of growling and snapping. If I enter a room where they are, growling and snapping, and otherwise she's okay with me. But when she get like, she's like on guard with him.
Right.
I don't know what to do about that.
What does he do when she's carrying on like that? What is his response to that?
He tells her, Candy, get down, or Candy, go lay down, or Candy, stop it, or whatever. And just yesterday, he was trying to push her back, and I guess she bit him by mistake.
Okay. What you may need at this point would be a behavior evaluation. Since you don't know what she's been through and what habits were created before you got her, the first step is to find out, will training make a difference? Typically when a dog goes into this possession aggression, this is in her mind, he is a possession. She is not viewing him as being the leader. So she's treating him like she would any other underpackling. The fact that she would turn to nip at him tells me she has no respect for him either. So get a behavior evaluation done and find out, first of all, can we train this out of her? That's always the first step, because some situations, unfortunately, cannot be trained. Some situations are either you deal with it or you don't. So let's find out first, can this be a workable situation? And then once we know it's a workable situation, there's many different steps that you can take to resolve this. The first thing sounds like we need to have Candy understand that she's not top dog in this house.
Well, I got to give her credit, though. The only time she's like that, when we're out in public or in a bigger area, she doesn't do that. I mean, then, she just doesn't have anything to do with me, but she's not aggressive at all.
Yeah.
It's just,
like I said, it sounds like she views him, instead of being a leader or in charge, she's viewing him as property that she feels the need to protect against anything and anyone. So that's why I called it a possession aggression. She's viewing him as property, not as being in charge. So him telling her no and trying to move her off, she's not acknowledging his authority over her. So it sounds like that's one of the issues that needs to be resolved first, but in order to make sure that it can be a workable situation, because as I said, unfortunately, not all types of aggression can be fixed. So the first step is to find out, can we fix this, and then take the necessary steps to fix it.
All right. Kathy, hang on for just a second. We got to grab a break here, and we'll be right back. And Kathy dropped off there while we were in the break, but you were gonna help her out, and you were gonna follow up. She needs to get an aggression evaluation, right? To get that dog evaluated.
Yeah, and now don't be scared of those words. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, and I'm not saying it's not a fixable situation. This is something that typically you can, again, through training, again, we need to know, can we fix it? This is a dog that has a history that we're never going to know because the dog cannot tell us what that history is. And a lot of these habits are usually, and the only reason I look at history here is a lot of these habits were created early on that were not corrected properly. It doesn't mean that the dog was mistreated. We can only guess. We really don't know. But the only important part of history is what habits were created and how long have they been a habit. She said that she adopted this pet, which is just absolutely wonderful for you to take home a senior dog. So now we have to look at the overall picture of the dog. What are some of the things that we can work to improve? And it sounds like just really changing the relationship that the dog views. If I had to hazard a guess without seeing the pet, I would guess that the dog was definitely in charge of whatever household it was in.
Right.
And so this is a 9-year habit that we're fighting against. It doesn't mean it's not a reversible situation. It can be.
Sure.
But I would need to see the pup.
All right. Well, and so there you go. So definitely you want to see a behaviorist and get some help with that. Plus, Kathy, I wanted to get, I'm bummed she's gone because I was going to taunt her and congratulate her for winning the Elmo's Animal Adventure. So we got her information, and we're going to send her the Elmo's Animal Adventure on DVD. But I wanted to hear her go, oh, yay!
I know, that's half the fun, right?
So, so Kathy, fear not, Elmo is on his way to you.
Yes.
It's the monster at the end of the mail, apparently, is what he'll be.
The good thing too with
something like that.
With Kathy being in our neck of the woods, if there is something, you can email me, Donna at animaltalkradio.com. It's something that I do offer as one of my services is behavior evaluation. So drop me an email. We'll see if we can work something out and figure out what's going on.
And on the line with us now is Ceil. Ceil, welcome to Animal Talk.
Well, thank you.
Okay, Ceil, caller poll today is what's your pet peeve about your pets?
My pet peeve about my pet is leaving me presents on my living room rug.
Oh, yes. All right, well, what kind
I have two really small dogs, and they're paper trained in the basement.
All right.
They have their own little special pads. And go there 99% of the time. Okay. But sometimes they just want to put it wherever they want to put it, and there it goes.
Okay.
Are you there when it happens?
I don't usually catch them in the act.
Okay.
They're fast.
That's really the way you want to be able to change the behavior is you have to be there in order to help facilitate that change. Dogs learn by what we call immediate association. So that means at the very moment that they get into that potty position, we have to make that correction or praise. Otherwise, they don't realize that we like or don't like that behavior. If you're not able to catch them when they're doing this, then you have to treat them like they're 8 weeks old again, brand new to the house. We don't know the rules. Because if we're at 99%, you still have that 1%. And every time they're allowed to have those accidents in a location you don't want them to, it reinforces that it's okay to do. So if you're finding one room in the house is where they tend to go, that room is off limits unless a family member is there able to watch them.
Okay, because they're in training to go to Grandma's this winter in Florida, and this will not work at Grandma's.
Yeah, no.
That won't fly.
Now, the other thing that I want to let you know, especially since they're going to be traveling, it's not uncommon for a dog not to take the rules that it has in one location and transfer them to the next. Yeah. So there may even need to be a little bit of retraining once they get down to Grandma's. If they don't know what the exact rules are. So what you may want to do since I believe you said you're litter training or something similar?
Well, they have pee-pee pads on the floor.
Okay. What I'd recommend, instead of just putting the pad on the floor, put it in a shallow cat box so that the box becomes the potty location and the box will always be there and it doesn't matter where that box is. That's where I go potty. Instead of
what will the cat do with that box then?
Well, you're still using the house training pad or that wee pad. You're just using it in a shallow box. You don't put any cat litter or anything in it. You're just transferring it from being out on the floor. The reason for that is in a pinch, any paper on the floor becomes fair game, and we want to take that
throw rugs,
right, and we want to take that out. So we want them to head towards the box. The box itself is where the potty belongs. It doesn't belong anywhere but in the box.
Okay.
And that will help for the traveling pups.
Good.
All right, cool.
Okay. The other question I had is the alpha dog in my entire house is the 3-pound one.
Okay.
Not surprising.
He runs everybody.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, me, husband, everyone.
Okay. When you're dealing with an alpha personality, I have one myself. I find that they're usually the best dogs once they understand that they're not in charge. They usually end up being the best dogs you'll ever own, because once they understand that they're not in charge, and they definitely respect the one that is. What you want to do is have this little one earn everything. Nothing's free anymore. Just because you came up and want my attention doesn't mean I'm going to give you my attention. You have to earn my attention. So I'm going to ask you to do something first. That can be sitting down, that can be shaking, that could be doing a little dance, whatever it is that you want. But they have to earn this. I don't just get food anymore. I have to earn my food. One of the other things that you can do, and this is going to sound a little gross, but it works very well. I want you to spit in the food. By spitting in the food, and everybody in the family should do this. Everybody, every mealtime, spit in the food. What that does is it tells the dog in their own language that we all got to eat first. That means we're naturally the pack heads, because the leaders of the pack get to eat, and then the underlings and omega get to eat. So you're basically telling your dog that they're omega now. By earning everything, by spitting in the food. And as much as it doesn't seem like a big deal, because when you have a little dog, they tend to be up and in your arms and in your lap and everywhere you are. You want to control that a little bit more. So it's not just free time on the couch anymore. It's earned time on the couch. Just because you came up, I didn't ask you to come up, you're going back down until I ask you to come up. It's very small things like that. Going to bed. If they jump up in bed, I didn't ask you, therefore you don't get to come up here. And you're constantly, and use your body. Don't reach down. I always tell people to not reach into the center of a dog. One of two things can happen. Either they're going to crouch and piddle, or they're going to feel like they're cornered and they might even attack. But if you just strongly use your body, stand up very straight, very firm. You don't have to be mean. You just have to be firm. Stand up very straight and use your body and just kind of walk. A dog should always give you space. They should always give alpha space. Dog's not giving you space, you take that space. If he's sitting over here, you get up and you take that space from him without picking him up and moving him. Just shuffle your feet across the floor until he moves.
Okay.
Take space.
There you go.
Great.
You become the alpha.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. We'll see how that goes.
Well,
If you can train your husband, you can train your dog.
There you go.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing so well on that either.
All right, Ceil. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Good here. Check back in with us and let us know how it goes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, talk to you soon.
Hey, it's Jamie. I got to hop on in here and remind you about our sponsor, wearingfunny.com. Wearingfunny.com for all your pet parent T-shirt needs. Head on over wearingfunny.com and check out the vast array of amazing, hilarious T-shirts. Thoughtful, cuddly, and cute for you and your kitties and your puppies. And hey, we take requests. If you have a critter that we don't have represented, let us know. We'll get you connected with just the perfect shirt for you and your critters, showing your love for being the best pet parent you can possibly be. Wearingfunny.com. Back to the show.
Paula, what is the caller poll that we got going on today?
Today is, what is your pet peeve about your pet?
All right, so you can tweet in, what is your pet peeve about your pet? What have people tweeted back so far?
That their pets are a little gassy.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not just blaming it on the dog.
I forget the intelligence level of the internet. Okay. Oh yeah, I forget.
Yeah.
What else?
That would be a pretty good pet peeve.
Yeah.
Wow,
right.
My dog can be bad.
All right, is that all we got? Just gassiness?
Well, they like to eat grass and make themselves sick. They don't like that too much either. And taking up room on the couch and the bed.
Oh, there you go. And if it's something like they're taking up too much room on the bed or the couch, actually, that's fixable.
Mm-hmm.
That's we can repair that. You know what scares me? Scott just ran out of the room. Our board op. I mean, literally sprinted across the building, and Paula's sitting at the board, which is frightening.
I'm in control.
I know. It's like she's got the mic. She's all good. She's good to go. She's running the joint now.
We got
ladies are taking over.
We should listen in here if we hear a car starting.
We wouldn't
thought
hear
you
falls
abandoned
into
us.
the building.
I thought my board op, Scott, I thought you abandoned us. I saw you sprinting out that way.
I was about to be out. I was considering leaving.
All right, he's back. But they dragged me back in.
Caught him before he got to the door.
All right, we're going to help you with your pets, whatever the problem might be. Scott, do we have email sound effects there? Is that happening for us?
Nay.
Okay, all right, we'll get there one day. Someday we'll grow up and we'll have all our sound effects again. But for now, when I ask Brad what's going on in the email world, we'll do this. Did somebody email us?
Oh, yes, we do.
All right,
we have an email right here. Yeah, it goes Dear Animal Talk.
You've got mail. See how that works?
You should record that for at home.
Yeah.
We have a puppy who loves to chew on rawhide chews.
Mm-hmm.
And recently, I heard something about that being dangerous for our 9-month-old baby if he puts it in his mouth. Does anyone know anything about this? Are there some brands of rawhide safer than others? Our baby has put the chews in his mouth several times, and I wasn't worried about it until now. And this is signed Willie.
John and Kate. Dear Parents of the Year, thanks so much for your email.
No, I think. Let's see. The dog's.
I'm sorry.
The dog's
Was
been
that
chewing
out loud?
on it.
Yes, that was out loud.
The dog's
here.
chewing on it. It
Dog's
was laying
chewing
on
on
the
it.
floor.
Laying on the
It
floor.
was wet. It seems fine. No, I think probably.
And he's a doctor.
You don't need. Just forget the formula. Rawhides. What could be better for children?
I'm not even a
And
fan
lint.
of giving rawhide to my dog.
Yeah,
Let alone to a human. I can't see that being a good thing just on any count.
Yeah, but,
So I'm going to say get rid of it even for the dog, and then you won't have to worry about the baby chewing on it.
Yeah. And chances are, is there going to be something good coming from the baby chewing on rawhides?
Probably not.
No. So there you go. So our answer would be no. For rawhides for 9-month-old babies.
And
now, we're not pediatricians.
Right.
But you might want to ask your pediatrician, but you might want to do it anonymously. I'm discussing.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No. I don't even like I said, I don't like it for dogs, so.
All right. We have another email we wanted to look at.
Sure. Dear Animal Talk.
You've got mail.
I have 2 11-year-old rescue Pomeranians. One has no teeth. The other has a few teeth. The group I adopted them from said feed them... I don't want to say the name of the brand. Yeah. I am not going to say what brand it was. Mini Chunks. I do, and they snarf it up real fast, but then they gag and snort a lot when they're finished. Is that okay? I try canned food, but then it's worse. They get it up their noses.
I shouldn't laugh. That's not funny.
Thanks for any help, and this is signed Bill. Bill,
What do you do for a toothless dog?
What do you do? Which I think you slow down how they eat. What you do is you make it harder for them to eat the food. Put something in the bowl. I always say what I do with bigger dogs is put a baseball or a softball in the bowl and make them have to work around it to eat. It slows down how quickly they're eating the food. I think that you can also try getting a more liquid diet that they're going to just swallow, almost drink, because something like AD is a brand by Hills. Or you could even emulsify the food. If you just soak it for a while, it'll become almost liquefied, even better than canned food. But what they're doing is they're snorking it up into their nose and from eating it too quickly. But if they're lapping it up, they probably won't do that. Do you have any thoughts how to get dogs to eat slower, Donna? Or is there...
Yeah, there's actually a bowl that you can find on the market called the Break Fast.
Yeah.
And we've had them on the program previous. And it's a very, very great, I've always said put a giant brick or a big rock in there. But the Breakfast bowl already has the pegs built into it. So the dog has to, again, learn to eat around it. And this will also help cut down on the gas. For any those people tweeting about their dogs being gassy, slow down the eating. They're not inhaling a bunch of air, swallowing it, so it's not passing on through.
Gas in, gas out.
Yep.
All right, there you go. We're going to follow up with Tracy and Glenn. Her dog had some hip issues. We're going to follow up with that coming up after the break, and your phone call as well. And we had Tracy call up a while back. She had a dog getting a little older, having some hip problems, and sometimes people have to make a difficult decision, and she was just kind of curious as to when that might be. Got a little bit of advice, and then talked about some things for her dogs and her hips as well. Tracy's voice is out, so we got Glenn on the phone. Welcome to Animal Talk. Glenn?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good. So where are we at? Tracy had a follow-up question, I believe.
We have a lab it's a lab mix, 6-7 years old, who just really seems to smell bad after a couple of days. He's had a bath. A couple days later, he just smells really bad. He hasn't gotten into anything. It's just a natural odor he's emitting.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't pin it to anything in particular. You have any insight?
I'm the same way. A couple days after a bath, I start really smelling bad.
A couple of hours.
It's been 2 weeks now. It's not so bad. No, but anyway, the point, some dogs are going to smell worse than others. I mean, that's just part of it. And also 6 or 7, when we're talking about smell, it's not necessarily coming from the skin. You also worry about maybe the anal glands or possibly the teeth. If we did, to quote Dr. Barnes, who's a very respected vet around here, he says that if we did all the dental cleanings on all the animals that needed dental cleanings, we would do nothing but dental cleanings. So what I would do is look at the teeth and see if they're bad first. If the teeth look brown, if they're gunky, if it looks like they're those brown M&Ms with a little shell on them, then you're probably dealing with some dental disease that we're looking all over and causing this problem. The other thing you can look at is a product called 3V capsules. I'll spell it for you. You ready?
Yep.
It's spelled 3V.
Got it.
Okay, good. And there's something you can get from your vet, and there's equivalents of them. They can help make the coat do brighter and shinier and happier and have less allergy problems and can make things healthier too. So check the teeth, check the skin, look for the 3V caps, and maybe have the vet check both the teeth and the anal glands to see if those are the culprits, because they can sure help out from that pretty straight away.
Well, you know what? We're really certain that it's not the teeth. He seems to be, and he's got clean ears.
Then try the 3Vs, because that's going to be your best bet. Try the 3Vs. Call your vet, ask about 3V capsules.
Will do.
All right, Glenn. Tell Tracy we said hi, feel better, and thanks for letting us check in with you.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thanks for being with us for another episode of Animal Talk. Make sure you do all those podcast things in the podcast places, like, subscribe, leave a comment. We hope you had a little fun along the way. Make sure you head on over to wearingfunny.com. You can grab yourself some gear to show off what a proud pet parent you are. Are you a cool cat mom? Are you a happy doggy daddy? We got all the gear just for you. Hats, shirts, all kinds of swag. Wearingfunny.com. Go check it out and show yourself a little animal pride with Animal Talk. Once again, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here. Have an exotic week and kiss your wild thing for us.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
It would take a miracle. Goodbye.